Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this. Wasn't expecting to solve this by myself, but I did. And that's because the constraints are pretty small. So I just went with my own brute force approach and it worked. So I'm really happy about that I solved it on my own. So let me show you. So this one's called high axis employees. Basically you're given a 2D zero index array of strings. So basically what it says is that you have to keep track of all the keys, all the employees. These might have duplicates that basically if they access the building 3 or more times in a 1 hour period, 1 hour period here means plus 99 actually, not 60. So for example, if you look at this 532, 549 and 621, 532 plus about 99 is 631, and this is still included in that range, so that gives you a clue that A is a valid answer and you can return it in any order you want. So as long as you return those employees, that's the name and that's the time they access the building, right? So some edge cases here, but overall I think it's pretty easy. I managed to solve it on my own without much struggle. So basically let's create a hash map, right? And what this is going to allow us to do is let's iterate over access times, and we're going to append, this is the key, and this is going to be the value itself, and we're going to actually append an integer because we want to see the difference. We want to compare maybe like this, 532 and 549, and integers make that easier. So now we can just basically, let's actually make this a sorted list, or maybe not even necessary. So now we just go through our dictionary and we want to return an integer, a list of strings. And now what we want to do is go through this list. So for I in range length dk, you can just do a triple loop for j in range I plus 1 length of dk. For let's say y in range j plus 1 length of dk. So we're taking every keys list and doing a triple loop, trying to find some triplets, and the high range is going to be dk of 1 plus 99, right? So if we're looking at 532, we want, if we have two other elements that are within 532 plus 99, then we can go ahead and append that key to the result and just continue on. So what we're going to do is saying if dk of j is less than or equal to high and dk of y, so two different triplets is less than or equal to high because the indexes are starting from here to the end and then here to the end and then here to the end, so they're not the same. If that's the case, then we have a valid letter that we want to append, and then we can just break it right away, right? And we also don't want duplicates, so if k is not in answer, that's the only case we're going to do this. And then at the end, we can just return answer once we included all the employees who have broken this rule 3 or more times. That's why we're using triplets. So let's submit this. Okay, so this makes it kind of hard because now let's create a sorted list instead so that we can, when we iterate over the triplets, we know they're going to be in order. So maybe gets rid of some edge cases. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm pretty surprised I solved this on my own. It's really easy. You can use brute force and play around with it a little bit, and it shouldn't be too hard. So again, my own solution is not the most efficient, but I'm just glad that I did it on my own again for the 5th time. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this video was helpful, and stay tuned for more.